Hi, I'm Dorsey, and thank you for subscribing to Dorsey Develops. Today I'm going to read for you an excerpt from my book, Good for Good. Put in the comments if you know of any publishers. This part that I'm going to read takes place when I was pretty desperate to make friends. I hope you can't relate, but I wager that you can. Okay, Unbeneficial, a part of Good for Good by Dorsey Serrato. At work, I told Rick and Jenny about the cancer survivors benefit meeting and that the event was the same weekend as the parade for the town. They were so sweet, tossing out fundraising ideas for Silver Lake, trying to help. I wanted to finish my routes, go home, shower, and show up looking cute for the event. Fresh start, fresh life, you know? But the Glencoe post office called, needing help, so I went. No time to go home. When I finally walked into the committee meeting, I looked and felt like Pigpen from Charlie Brown. Driving dirt roads with the windows down means dust gets everywhere. Ears, nose, eyelashes, even places you didn't know could hold dirt. It's gross. But honestly, it gave me pride. I worked today. I spotted the fundraising team ladies at one of the tables, women I'd been chatting with on Facebook. I introduced myself, smiled, and apologized for my filth. I was about to sit down when a couple of perfect blonde bobs pulled me aside. There's actually no space in our group. Everything's already been assigned. WTF? What are we in, 6th grade? I tried to recover. Well, I have a lot of ideas. I can just fundraise on my own and then contribute them to your team. They looked at me and then gave each other a sideways glance. They told me there was space in the Vineyard Church group and pointed to a table shoved into the corner. They said they already asked the pastor if I could join, and he was expecting me. I don't go to church. I don't know anything about that church. I wanted to run straight out of there bawling, but instead I walked over, sat down with a bunch of strangers, and tried to hold myself together. I really tried to be part of this new team, but my heart was crushed. I hadn't just attached my ability to make friends to those women. I'd attached my hope that I could build a life out here, hope that maybe I could have something without Jay. I sat at that table, blinking back tears, smiling through it, throwing out ideas like it didn't matter, but it did. As soon as the meeting ended, I got in my car and drove straight to the farm. I didn't even call. I just needed him. Jay opened the front door and didn't have to say a word. He saw it in my face. He took my hand and led me down to his man cave. He sat in his chair, pulled me into his lap, and I sobbed into his chest. He said all the right things. Those dumb bitches. I'll drive right over there if you want me to. You're too wonderful for them. I told him I needed to talk to him like a friend. He nodded, held me tighter. I stayed curled up in his lap and let the words fall out. I'm in love with a man, but our romantic relationship is toxic. It always was, even before this horrible year. We're changing, both of us, becoming different people. We need time to figure out who we're becoming. But he's my best friend and my only friend out here. I need more than just the post office, a reason to stay out here besides him. And I feel so silly letting those women break me like this. I'm not used to being an outcast. Growing up, when I didn't fit in, I could just walk into my house and melt into my family. 11 siblings who loved me without blinking. But they're not here. I looked up into his eyes. Babe, you're the only person here that I'm not an outcast with. And at the same time, you make me feel like the biggest reject in the world. And when I look at you as just a friend, it feels like I got demoted, and it makes me resentful. And I don't want to live in resentment anymore. It's too painful. What am I supposed to do, babe? Jay stood up out of his chair, still holding me, both of us crying. He said he didn't want to keep causing me pain. If he were giving advice to a friend, he'd say, let go of all the labels. Stop trying to make it fit in a box. Just live in the love we have. Not boyfriend, girlfriend, not husband and wife, not even friends, just love. Can you just try that? He asked. Yes, I said. Yes, I can. Thank you so much for listening to an excerpt from Good for Good. Please subscribe if you want to hear more. Thank you. Thank you so much.